All right, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Coming at you guys with an update on Quant, ticker symbol QNT, breaking it down on our daily chart as always. This was a viewer request. I do these requests every week, so if you want to see your crypto token in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Now, currently, we're in what I like to call no man's land. Now, the reason being is because I use these three levels, these sets of three levels, to help me understand price action and whether we're in trend continuation versus trend reversals. So I'm going to break that down, explain that, as well as go over the MACD and the RSI and how you can use all of these things to help spot potential entry and exit signals, as well as really understand some of the price action. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're going to jump straight into it. Now, the reason I use these three levels, the 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement levels, is because nothing moves in a straight line up or in a straight line down. Rather, you get a move up, retracement, continuation of the trend, or a move down, retracement, continuation of the trend. That's why we have the major retracement levels on here. Now you can also spot reversals. Okay, so if you move up, retrace, consolidate, and then break through those retracement levels, that's a downside reversal, as well as the upside reversal is going to be a move down, retracement, consolidation, and then break through those retracement levels. So if you take a look in the last video, in the last update I did on Quant, we highlighted this long-term trend line right here. Right, and we gave our 38.2% retracement level right here at 127.714, and you can see we came down and tested that level, and we've actually pushed up higher, and we've come up and tested our 161.489 resistance level. So that's why I'm saying currently we're kind of in no man's land right now. We're trading in between two sets of major retracement levels. So we have the shorter term uptrend, right? So in the short term, we have an uptrend. We're looking to see if we got the pullback and then continue up higher, up towards our 177 price target up here. And we're still doing a really good job of that at the moment, right? We're holding above our retracement levels, and we have the possibility to continue to go up higher. But, keep in mind, if we're retracing and then we end up breaking through those levels, we could end up getting a reversal. Now, same thing with the upside, okay? 145.70, 161.48, and 177.27 are going to be the major resistance levels that you need to pay attention to. If we zoom out on Quant a little bit, we can see that, in the short term, we have this uptrend right here, right? But on the, larger scale, if you take a look at it, what do you see, right? We have the high up here, and we have a very big move to the downside. So we've had a big move to the downside, and then we've started to retrace, and all three of these levels up here are healthy retracement levels to potentially continue that downtrend lower. Now, remember, of course, we're going to see if we can come up here, consolidate, and break through these levels. That's going to be really good and really bullish for Quant if we can do that, if we can flip 177.27 from resistance to support. But we're pretty far away from there right now. Okay, we're still about $40 away. Quant is about 136 right now. And again, we're trading in that no man's land. So we have our big major retracement levels of resistance above head that we're still respecting and really still rejecting, right? We rejected here at the 50% level. All right. And then, we're also respecting our lower levels for the shorter term uptrend, right? We came down, retraced very nicely, pushed higher, and now we're just consolidating. So, we should have some clearer direction over here in the next coming weeks, whether or not this thing is potentially going to go bullish or bearish. Now, besides that, okay, how can you really help understand the price action? Well, what you can do is you can take a look at the MACD for different entry and exit signals. So if you take a look here, an exit signal is going to be when this red line crosses below the blue line. When that happens, that's going to be known as an exit signal. And if you take a look, there was a nice move to the downside shortly afterwards, right? We went from about 130 all the way down to about 105, 100 in that range. So it predicted about a 25-30 point move. If you take a look here, what do you see? The exact opposite. So the red line curled down below. That's an exit signal. We curled back up above, right in this range, and we've had a very strong move of about 60 points, all from 100 all the way up to 160. So you can use these to help spot potential. Now, no one strategy is going to be 100%. It's never going to work 100% of the time. But what you can do is you can start to combine some strategies together, right? So let's combine some more strategies. So right here we got that entry signal What's another strategy we could have looked at? Well, we ended up holding support here at this long-term trend line that we bounced off of a couple times here in the past. So we bounced off of there 3 times, then 4 times, and then we got an entry signal. And that's about 2 signals there saying that we may get some bullish activity, holding support, creating higher lows, while also getting a bullish crossover on the MACD. You can also do this to the downside. So in this case right here, we get a MACD sell signal again, where the red line crosses below the blue line. Okay, and you can see that we got a nice drop towards that afterwards, back down to about 127. And we also got a term known as bearish divergence. So what that is let me draw some circles on the chart. So see how we have a high right here and then a higher high right here. And clearly, the token is in an uptrend, right? It's going higher in price. Well, if you look at your relative strength index, what do you end up having at those points? You get a high, and then you get a lower high at the same exact points where you're creating higher highs on the chart. So when the price of the token is going up and the relative strength index is going down, that's going to be a term known as bearish divergence, because what's happening is you're losing relative strength as the price of the token's going higher, and it leads to more potential room for a downside move. Now, you can never predict if it's going to be a huge move off of these divergences or off of these MACD signals, but what it can do is really just help prepare you and really help you understand some of the price action. So in this case, we got one signal right here was going to be bearish divergence, okay? And then shortly afterwards, we got a MACD sell signal. So that's 2 signals right there. And then the third one is actually going to be our Fibonacci retracement level right here. We rejected it very cleanly, ultimately for the third sell signal potentially that we were going to move to the downside. Now, I do think that there's a possibility we could continue this bullishness as crypto has really been raging. And so it'll be interesting to see if January, February was just kind of like a fluke and just another bear market rally and seeing lots of big moves, or, are we really just cooling off after such an impressive rally? And are we doing a healthy retracement, a healthy cool off for the next leg higher? Now, something you need to be cautious of, guys, is this larger pattern that we have forming here. All right, it doesn't have to play out, but what we have to do actually is break this neckline. So this trend line of support right here is going to be very, very important. And the reason being is we have an inverse head and shoulders setting up, right? So we have our left shoulder right here. We have our head to the top. We're forming a right shoulder right now. And there is the potential, if we break that we could see a very big move to the downside on Quant.